to see you.
What's good, y'all? Sheboygan, Killilicious. I'm back with another Rick and Morty review. Ah, yes. As you know, I'm very mixed on this season. First episode was garbage. Second episode was okay. This episode was all right. You know, 3 episodes in, we really haven't had a really good episode yet. And I have some complaints with this episode concerning Rick and Unity. There was one part in this episode that I did not like. And I think that Rick was in the right. And they sided with Unity for no reason. But we'll get there. Where's Morty? This show's called Rick and Morty, right? Where's the other titular main protagonist? We are 3 episodes down. And Morty is nowhere to be found. We haven't had an episode where Rick and Morty went on an adventure at all. We haven't had a Morty-centered episode at all. In total of these 3 episodes, I'd say he has a total screen time of 5 minutes max. Where the fuck is Morty? Where is he? You know, arguably the most popular character in the show. I'd argue Morty's more popular than Rick. Because every year for Halloween, all the kids are dressed up as Morty. I'd say Morty is more popular than Rick. Where is he? Can we please, next episode, put Morty in this show so he can do something? In the last episode, he was literally just doing nothing. And he got kidnapped just to be saved. Pretty sure Morty will be able to get out of that, but I digress. Episode starts with Rick seeing his shrink. He's trying to work on his mental health to be a better person. I'm serious. After messing with the whole hologram shenanigans, the president asks Rick for help, and he wants to fuck the shrink. I forgot what the shrink's name is, so I'm gonna call her Anne. So they go to do something. I forgot what it was because I saw this episode like a few days ago. And then Rick gets the mission done, of course. So Rick is pretty much working. He's helping out the president. Rick and Morty are hanging out, so I was like, oh shit, are we getting interdimensional cable? No, this is season 7. You don't get Rick and Morty adventures. Are they gonna go hunt for Rick Prime? No. This is season 7. You don't get that yet. Mind you, we're getting evil Morty in this season. They confirmed it. Where is he? Let's bring him in now, please. We only got like, 7 episodes left? Holy shit. So, Morty gets pissed that Rick has to run off and help the president. And then he said that the entire town of whatever is, like, approval ratings are up 100%. The mayor or whatever. And the whole town is pretty much, like, in love or something. Look, like, the approval ratings are up and he's pissed because if this dude runs for president, I guess he's a threat to him or whatever. So the president sends Rick down there to go see what the hell's happening. And then he brings the shrink along. For no fucking reason. No, actually, no. Rick doesn't do it, I think. Yeah, I don't think he does it. Fuck it. I don't know. I literally just saw this episode a few days ago. I should have rewatched it, but I'm not rewatching a season 7 Rick and Morty episode. So he goes down there to see what's going on, and the whole town is thriving because they're all happy. And then it's revealed that they're all zombies, and they start barfing everywhere and infecting the president and his entourage. This is disgusting. I don't like this. This is disgusting. This is nasty. I think this is real nasty. Rick comes through with the cold gun and starts curing the town. So he saves the president after leaving him. And then he finds out that it's his ex-girlfriend, Unity. Unity's back, guys. You know, the piece of shit hive mind that left Rick out of nowhere when their relationship literally got rejuvenated and almost drew Rick to himself. Yeah, that piece of trash. Fuck Unity. She sucks. Unity was like the only other person Rick opened up to when it came to love, and she abandoned him. Fuck her. But this episode doesn't really harp on that fact that Unity is a bad collective hive mind being person. They'll really make it seem like Unity really isn't that bad of a person. Get the fuck out of here. So he fights Unity. He saves the president. And then Unity wants to talk to Rick. Why is Unity back? And why did she break her promise and take over human minds on Earth? Well, she learns that Rick is actually trying to hunt Rick Prime. And she's concerned because she said that you did this once before and you almost died. Meaning that Rick and Rick Prime possibly had an encounter with each other before. Interesting. That's interesting lore dump. So Rick pretty much tells her to fuck off. I don't care about you. You left me. You abandoned me. I don't want to hear it. And she keeps saying that I kept calling you. Rick pretty much tells her to go fuck herself. The president saves Rick and the shrink. And they contain the town. And then the president gets eaten up by the media. Troy Baker makes a cameo appearance. Why is the president trying to contain a town? And why is he shooting at innocent people? And this part was funny. Oh, we'll get to that part. We'll get to that part. So he pretty much tells Rick to go talk to Unity. Rick says, fuck no, I don't want to talk to that hoe. She left me. Unity calls them and says, I could take over the Earth. I want to talk to Rick. Rick says, bitch, you abandoned me. You left me and put me in this deep state of depression. I don't want to talk to you. I don't care if you got big ass titties. Fuck off. That's pretty much what Rick said. Pretty much. So Unity says that you cut me off from that hive mind. Now they're mindless and they might start a mind of their own. You have some shit to deal with and Rick doesn't care. So Rick goes away. The shrink is like the shrink had a thing for the president. They had like a thing this episode, but they don't. Whatever. Summer tries to check on Rick, but Rick is an asshole to her. She then leaves and slams the door on him, and then he actually apologizes to her. Development. Rick being a good person. So the president goes to cure the town. The media sees that he actually is only curing the town to actually make his image look good. This was funny. And then the black news reporter is chewing his ass out. So what does the president do? Does the president just cure the town and go home? No, what he does is he goes down there and he forces one of the hive mind to throw up. And then he eats the throw up. It's fucking sick. Oh, God. And then somehow gains full control over the hive mind. This makes no sense. It's nasty. It's disgusting. Whatever. I did not like that part. So the president starts to infect the whole world so that the whole world can like him, so that he can run for office or whatever. Morty, oh my God, Morty's on screen. They remembered that, oh my God, I thought the show was just called Rick. Morty is there. Oh, geez, Rick, they forgot me. What? They remembered Morty, guys, the writers. So Rick learns that the president is being an asshole and is trying to take over the world with this hive mind. Then he goes to stop the president. He takes the shrink with him. And then he realizes the only way to stop the president is to ask Unity for help. But he doesn't want to do it. He wants her to do it for him. So they go to confront Unity. And they start arguing. He says, why the fuck did you break our promise, coming to Earth, and, infecting a whole town, trying to take it over? Unity says that, well, I tried to get in contact with you, but you ignored my calls. Rick reasonably says, you abandoned me, you left me without saying anything. We were together and you just up and left. Why would I ever answer your calls? You made it quite clear that you don't want me anymore, right? And I almost, myself over you. Fuck you. You're a piece of shit. I'm with Rick. I'm like, yeah. This episode's totally not going to try to make Rick seem like the bad guy and Unity seem like the good guy, right? because Unity came through and broke her promise, right? So she butts in, and then she starts to say that Rick is the piece of shit. Because Rick doesn't want to make up with Unity, and Rick doesn't want to show that he's changed. Rick doesn't like Unity for obvious reasons. Unity is the wrong one. You mean to tell me Unity doesn't know where he lives? Unity doesn't know where he lives? She couldn't find out where this nigga lives? She couldn't, like, just go down there and say, hey, Rick, I'm concerned over you. If Rick wasn't hunting Rick Prime, Unity wouldn't give a shit about him. I mean, obviously she cares, but she only cares when his life is in danger. If it's not, she wouldn't care to go check on him. If she truly felt bad, like, she doesn't even feel bad for leaving him. She's a piece of shit. Why is the writers making it seem like Rick is the bad person? He's not in the wrong. Oh my God. Is it because Unity's a woman and Rick is a dude? Is that why? Hope not. So she forces them to start working together. Unity comes through, and Unity and the President have an infection war. And Unity starts to win. And then Unity pretty much infects the entire planet and takes it over. And then she turns them back to normal. Good. They all start. It's like a massive, disgusting, nasty throw-up scene. Rick's humanity, because Rick is going through character development. I'm okay with it. I think Rick should change. He shouldn't be an asshole all the time. I think he should at least go through an arc. And I do like how Rick is trying to be a better person to his friends and family. So Unity's in pain for releasing all the people. Rick starts feeling sympathy for her or empathy, whatever the fuck it is. And he tries to help her up. She rejects him. He says, well, we haven't seen each other in a while. Do you want to hang out? Do you want to come see my family, see how we're doing? You know, I trust you. I know you're not here on no fuck shit. You know, we don't really have to be in a relationship or anything, but, you know, I do miss you. And then Unity shows Rick the cold shoulder and tells him, I don't trust you. And pretty much makes him leave. But Unity's a good person, right? Fuck Unity. Rick should never, ever, ever talk to this hoe ever again. I can't stand this character. She is trash. She's an asshole. She could at the very least said, you know what, Rick, I do like you too, but I don't think I'm ready to be in a relationship with you. It's obvious. I think Unity likes the old, crazy, zany Rick, and I don't think she likes this new Rick. She doesn't like him. I personally think Unity will return, but she'll be a villain because she will side with Rick Prime. Because Rick Prime is the Rick she truly wants. This Rick isn't fun to her anymore. She doesn't like the fact that Rick has changed. I think that's what's going to happen later in the season. She's probably going to side with Rick Prime if the writers know what they're doing. So Rick is sad that, you know, he tried with Unity and it didn't work out. She's still an asshole. He got rejected. So he goes to the president, but until then, he hears all the voicemails that Unity left. And Unity literally says that she's going to go and infect the town to get his attention. You know, breaking the promise she gave to Rick. So Rick and the president, since they both got rejected by the girls that they like, they share a drink. And it seems like they're going to be friends going forward. And we have a dumb post-credit scene about this dude who goes around stabbing people that they were watching episode earlier. And I think it's assumed he's going to stab him up. I'm going to give this episode a good 6. It was funny at times. I do think that the president is pathetic. He is sorry and pathetic. He's like Barack Obama if Barack Obama had Trump's personality. It was funny. It was fun at parts. I do think Unity sucks. I don't like the vomit shit, but Rick was hilarious. I do think the Rick voice, whoever's doing Rick's voice is getting really good at it. I barely noticed it was the new voice actor the entire episode, bro. More Morty, less Unity, please. Let's bring Morty back into the show. 6 out of 10. I would give it a 5, but there's points in this episode where I was actually laughing. So, hey, it's still not as good as the last episode. Last episode is the best episode so far. So it's 2, 3, 1. 1 is all the way down. It's like season 5 territory of garbage. Like, subscribe, favorite. Click the channel link in the description on my Twitch. Hit the goddamn outro. I'm out.